Okay, everybody. So here's what I'd like to share with you. I'm thinking really about what's going on. And as I told you, every time something happens, I always bring it inside. Like, is there something here that I need to look at about myself? What is the lesson that I could be learning from all of these situations that is going on? And as always, I'm led to things. And I was just led to a Nisargadatta video, and it says, one who truly knows who they are doesn't see the wrongness of other people. And then I was led to a Mooji video that he's talking about, once again, getting in the oneness space. He has a tendency, and here's what I don't get. He has a tendency of doing this every single time that I speak about anyone's abuse of me. And here's what I'm going to say about this. I have traveled 1,000 years in 7 years, and not have I just read books, and I've never even been in the presence of a guru. You understand? The only guru I've ever seen has been on YouTube. I've never been in the presence of a guru. I have completed this whole path, just me and Jesus, while fighting every guru out here. Okay? Here's what I can tell you where I'm really coming from. I have a tremendous understanding because I am in the oneness space, and this is what baffles me every single time when I look at these gurus out here. Number one, they don't have the entire picture because they deny the existence of these demons and how they take over the psychological mind, the emotions, and the form. So they don't have the entire picture. So I can't even hear what they say anymore as being legitimate. So I have to solely rely on Jesus as I always have and I always will. And here's what I'm being shown, that I wanted to really do some introspection to see if am I really going back into the mind? Is that really what's happening? And no, it's not. No, it's not. I am totally in the oneness space. That's what I can tell you. There are no thoughts in my head. There is no animosity for anybody out here. And that is truly what's happening here. My inner space is empty with the exception of these demons in here. And when I'm telling you these stories, even the other day when I was explaining all these stories, even the upset, how upset I got when Mooji abandoned me twice, and these were my words. Instead of hanging on to the personhood, anger, and upset, I made a conscious decision to get the spiritual lesson from it. And these are the reasons why I tell my story. I tell my story so you don't have to create your story. This is what's going on here. And it appears that these people are just, they get a kind of weird way when the things that they do get brought up. And I'm just beside myself with all of this because this is such, what you have to be here. You can't experience this place that I'm at. You can only be this place that I'm at. And when you look around, it is ignorance to believe that when you truly know who you are, that you can't see the sleep of other people. It's pure ignorance to say something like that, because even Nisargadatta said that he saw the sleep in other people. Okay. I can't listen to anything anymore. And I'm in such an odd place at this moment. I'm in a really odd place. because I have the teachings of both the Eastern Hemisphere and the Western Hemisphere, and I have in fact incorporated them and internalized them. And I have the complete picture. So what I'm trying to impart to you right now is, number one, how to identify the concepts, how to identify the personhood, and you must understand that not every person that says they're a pastor or a guru is actually spiritual. And I will tell you, well, you all know my history with Nityananda and that tarot demon over there. Sam Vaknin said this way back 7 years ago when I first started learning about narcissistic abuse. Sam Vaknin said that these narcs love the spiritual community, love religious churches and stuff, because it's positions of power and they're around people with good hearts who they can con out of their money, out of sex, out of anything they want. So, I have a great deal of understanding and knowledge here. Understand, before I even started on a spiritual path, I learned just about everything there was to learn about narcissistic abuse from Sam Vaknin. I spent every waking moment learning this stuff. See, a slacker is not ever a word that can ever be used to describe me. When I put my mind to something, I get it done. So I learned everything there was to learn about the behaviors of narcissists. I also had to learn about all the issues that I had to heal about myself: the codependency, the abandonment trauma, the CPTSD, and then also the spiritual powers that I had. Not powers, the spiritual gifts that I had, like the clairsentience and extremely high intuition. Okay? This was from a small child. This has been going on with me. And of course, I had no one to speak to about this. So I was very confused my entire life. It was only after I started on the Dark Night of the Soul that I was able to break everything down, what all my symptoms were. Then I started following the psychic mediums. They taught me how to meditate. I didn't even know how to meditate. And they also were teaching me about clairsentience and intuition and stuff like that. Oh, okay, so I know what this is now. Then I had to learn about narcissistic abuse. What is the behaviors of the narcs? What is the behaviors of the codependent? Then the abandonment trauma, and then CPTSD. I did all of this on my own. I have to tell you this. I did not go to a therapist. I did not go to a psychiatrist. I did all of this healing on my own with the help of the Holy Spirit. This is why I look at everything so differently, because I have in fact literally done the work. So no, there truly are no thoughts here. None. I see everything that's written in the Bible. I see Nisargadatta's words in the Bible, because I know there's only one truth. God only has one truth. His word never changes. He only has one truth. And I will not spend my time trying to convince sleepers about this fact. What I'm saying is only for people who actually want to wake up. And I have never been out here imposing myself on anybody. In fact, I have been out here just trying to share what I have learned with people to help people. And I have been brutally attacked out here constantly. Constantly. So I'm really totally dumbfounded by all of this. I am totally dumbfounded. And the thing about me is, all I keep saying is, why can't people just get along? What is the problem here? I'm not trying to outdo anybody out here. I'm not in competition with anybody out here. Why are people in competition with me? That is the question. And it baffles my mind, because I don't understand this. I truly don't understand this. So what that tells me is I am full-time residing in the existential reality. I don't have a psychological mind any longer. And this whole world of Satan thoroughly confuses me. Thoroughly confuses me. When I watch people behave out here, it's like you know those little robot machines that you used to see on commercial. They were toys, but they would go around in circles like this, and they would bang into walls. That's what I'm seeing people do. It's like they're in such a sleep. They're so deluded. I'm speechless. I'm just speechless. So as I did more introspection today, what I have to fully fully settle into is that I will never again fit in to the world of Satan, to the world of the sleepers. And this is what I was telling you the other day. This place is an alone place. You see, these people out there who are successful and have thousands of followers, God bless them, but it's like the gospel said, you can't serve two masters. So I have chosen which master I will follow, and I've made my decision. And I'm not looking down on people who have chosen to follow another master, but I don't understand why I am constantly being attacked. I don't understand it. And that's where I stand at this point. I just don't understand it. I'm not out here telling people what they need to do with their pages, with their churches, with their followers, if they're gurus. I'm not out here telling people why can't people stay out of my life and stay out of my business. This is what I'm dumbfounded about. And I don't know. Maybe the Holy Spirit will give me the answer. It deserves some more introspection because it's something that is really baffling me at this point. And is it so easy to just say these are sleepers? These are sleepers. This is what they do. It could be. I don't know. But I don't want to dare miss a lesson. I don't want to dare miss a lesson. So I am going to do more introspection. I'm going to be quiet with the Holy Spirit and see what I can be shown about this. Because I'm going to tell you what, it's hard enough that this is an alone place, but to constantly have people attacking me, it's unbelievable. It is unbelievable. And I would just mind my own business, I'm only out here trying to help people get out of the suffering. And it seems like everybody has a problem with that because it steps on everybody's toes. The only thing I could say is get out of the sleep and wake up and do the work. Do the work. Don't begrudge another person who has done the work. That's really all I can say about this. So when I speak to you and I speak about any experience that has happened to me, it's to point out to you that you're going to be facing similar things in your life. Because why? The behaviors of the sleep are similar. The behaviors of the sleep are similar as the behaviors of awakened beings are similar. Okay? And for these gurus to keep saying that I'm in the personhood when I'm trying to teach you to look at what's happening to you, but always choose to get the spiritual lesson rather than sit with the personal suffering. And they want to tell me that I'm in the personhood constantly. Only shows, here, it's the mirror effect again. You see, it only shows they're still in the sleep. That's all I can say, because there's none of that going on here. I am literally trying to teach you that there is another way to look at life, to try to see the spiritual lesson, and instead of going for the personal suffering. That's what I'm trying to do here. And even these gurus out here don't understand what I'm saying. I'm baffled by this. I am just baffled by this. I'm going to leave this here.